Director of Human Rights Watch in the Horn of Africa. So, Laetitia, describe what you're hearing from people there and what they're facing.
I mean, what's very clear is this is not only a humanitarian crisis, this is also a human rights crisis. The actions by the parties to the conflict, so this is the Ethiopian federal government, the Eritrean forces, and other allies on their side, are taking actions which are directly contributing to this humanitarian crisis. So that's both in terms of targeting of civilians who move, civilians who are moving to get assistance. This is also in terms of targeting of the population's means of survival. We've documented looting, burning, occupation of crops and agricultural land, also a lot of destruction of the key civilian infrastructure, water, health facilities in the region.
So the government was able to enlist Eritrea's help in the fighting. But it must have seen this crisis coming. It's been building for a long time. How could the government allow this to happen, even if it's only looking at its own security down the road?
No, there is absolutely no doubt that government actions, as I just mentioned, are themselves contributing to this crisis. So these are also decisions which are being made in Addis, in Asmara, in terms of how this war is being fought, and a clear lack of willingness to make sure that civilians are not suffering the cost of the fighting against the insurgency, what is now an insurgency in the region. So here we're really talking about the need for international pressure to continue. It is increasing, especially from certain Western countries, but there are definitely voices which are still not being heard. The African Union has been by and large silent on what is one of the worst human rights crises on the continent right now. Gulf states also have a key role to play in a region where they are more and more implicated in. So there definitely needs to be concerted pressure by the international community to make sure that actors to the conflict are allowing both humanitarian aid in, stopping the restrictions on aid actors to reach populations in need, but also making sure that those who need aid are able to move. A lot of people are not being reached at the moment. A lot of people in rural areas don't have any assistance at all.
Just yesterday, we saw the news that Eritrean troops in that region were starting to move out. Is that some positive sign that there could be more access soon?
I mean, obviously, a lot of the restrictions which humanitarian actors have reported on have been by Eritrean forces, but they are not the only ones who have been restricting access to aid. We continue to receive reports of Eritrean forces being present in many parts of the region, and no real signs, even in central parts of the region, no real signs that those forces are withdrawing.
Laetitia, thank you for bringing that story to us.